Well guys, this year's bike reviews are going to be a little bit different to what you've seen before. As always, we'll go through the bikes and show you all the brand new features of all the models. Now each week we're going to get the same two riders riding the bike and testing the bike. We're going to get their perspective on it and see what they think about it. And of course the riders are going to be a pro rider and an intermediate rider. Our pro rider is Jamie Stewart. Now technically Jamie's an ex-pro rider, but he's been on a bike for well over 20 odd years. And he's been a veteran of the Australian motocross and supercross circuit. And of course our intermediate rider, surprise, surprise, is me. Now you wouldn't think I'd be running my own show and miss out on riding the 09 bikes, would ya? But our biggest change this year is our brand new bike tester. The Fro! The Fro's a pro level rider, weighing in at 73 kilos, and he's the master of the dirt. We've given the Fro one instruction: ride it like you stole it. That's right, we're going to let him run loose for one whole lap and see what he comes up with. But before that, let's have a look at this week's test bike.
In this week's MXTV bike review, we take a look at the brand new CRF450r from Honda. Ever since the original CRF450r rocked the world when it was released back in 2002, Honda's engineers have been refining the model, making it lighter, faster, and more importantly, easier to ride. The 2009 model is no exception, as design-wise, the next generation CRF is practically a brand new bike. Being no strangers to innovation, it's clear Honda wanted to build a bike that would continue to deliver class-leading power, yet would harness it within a chassis that's so lightweight it handles like a 250cc lights class motocrosser. To do this, they focused on reducing the overall size of both the frame and engine, as well as relocating the engine forward towards the front wheel. Additionally, the engine itself has a heap of changes that make it more compact to boot. Given their long history of using sophisticated fuel injection systems on both their cars and street bikes, it's no surprise that one of the biggest new features is that the new CRF is now also fuel injected. Honda's programmed fuel injection, or PGM FI system, uses a single 12-hole fuel injector to shoot fuel from a slightly smaller fuel tank. The PGM FI system also utilizes throttle position, intake air temperature, pressure, coolant temperature, and gear position sensors to ensure optimum running conditions. Over the years, the CRF has taken the honours on more than one 450cc shootout. The 09 CRF450r is an entirely new state-of-the-art motocross machine, and with the designers practically rebuilding the bike from the ground up, it looks like that's set to continue. The 2009 CRF450r will be available in Australia from November 2008 and will retail for around $11,590. For the best bike insurance packages available, make sure you contact QBE Insurance, the motorbike insurance specialists. Okay, time to find out what our test riders had to say.
Well, before we received the CRF450r, I actually read a little bit about it on the websites at Full Noise and some of the guys that had ridden it, and I was very excited to give it a ride. It's a completely new bike. Let me tell you about the power of this bike. It's unbelievable, it really is, guys. First, second, third gear out of any corner and you'll get out of it. The way that the fuel injection is on these bikes and the way that the power comes through, it's just instant. There's no lag, there's no bog down, there's nothing. It'll just pull you out of any corner, nearly in any gear. On today's track, it's a little bit of a hard packed track, so it was quite dry and slippery. I don't think this bike stepped out once for me. It was just so nice. Is there anything that I'd change on this bike? No. I don't think I would.
Mate, the bike generally was absolutely like a lounge chair. Most comfortable thing I've actually ridden in a long time, just out of a box, just hop straight on it and go. Felt very, very comfortable. Nice and skinny, lots of room to move, fairly light. You can feel the bike underneath you, but it's very, very light and nimble to ride. I was absolutely pleasantly surprised. The power from the bottom to mid-range was just phenomenal. It was really incredible. It's so snappy and it's so sharp. You can go around corners in the 3 gears too high, basically. It doesn't matter. Did drop off a little bit on the top end, but in a race situation, not a problem at all. in Supercross or with jumping and stuff like that, with the lowdown and mid-range power was just really good. You can just do jumps so easily. You can just hop on it and jump. Suspension is very good, standard out of the box. You know, we had to adjust a few clickers here and there just to get it right for my weight, etc. But very, very good. Absolutely awesome. Out of the box, hop on it and be very, very competitive.
Now, as we said, every week we're going to let the Fro do a hot lap. So it's time to let the Fro go. Whoa! Well, for the first test, the Fro's laid down at 2 minutes 29. Not a bad time, but we'll see how long that stays on top of the table. Okay, you've seen the hot lap by the Fro, but I don't think he's given it nearly enough stick. So what we're going to do is the Fro quarter mile, 200 metres. Yeah, I know, but the Fro doesn't care about mass. He just cares about keeping it pinned for 200 metres. It's that simple. Wow, how's that? 8.12 seconds. Not a bad benchmark and a good day's work first up from the Fro.